Just before 8:45 on our Tuesday morning, it is Tuesday, and we're doing what we do every Tuesday, and that is talking about pop-off politics with the one, the only KPRC2 investigative reporter,
Good morning.
Mario Diaz. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you doing?
So far, so good.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I was a little bit late last night.
We
had baseball out in the land of sugar. So we were out there, our tierra azúcar.
Yeah.
That's what I call it too. But it was fun. We had a good time. And now, I got to get back up. I got up this morning. I got to get pop-off going.
Big conversation.
Yeah, because, pop-off it's important because it's really simple. What we do here every single week, because not all of us are Houstonians in terms of residential.
Right.
We're not living inside the loop. We're not living outside the loop.
This guy being one of them.
Yeah, but
out in Fort Bend.
I consider myself a Houstonian.
Yeah.
I'm in the greater Houston area.
Yeah.
I care about our city.
Working for this community.
Yeah, but we're out here every single week examining the tax dollars that are being spent in the city of Houston. Because remember, every single Wednesday, the Houston City Council will approve or not approve millions of dollars in projects. And we pop off. We do this. We pop off on certain items because it's exactly what Houstonians do during the public session on Tuesdays, where they're allowed to come in and express their opinion, known as
Pop-off.
There we go.
Pop-off politics. Okay, so what do we have cooking today?
All right, here we go. Two particular agenda items that we're going to be focused on. City of Houston is paying out some victims, okay? And we begin with the agenda item number 22, ordinance approving and authorizing compromise and settlement release and indemnity agreement between the City of Houston to Marina Charles in order to settle a lawsuit for $250,000 property and casualty fund. This is going to be followed over here. Keep it moving, Zach. You're a little bit behind this morning. Okay, here we go. This is going to be followed by another one, which is the ordinance approving and authorizing compromise settlement agreement, release and indemnity agreement between City of Houston and Christian Coleman and Bobby Ray to settle a lawsuit, $250,000 on the property.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I was over here. You told me to hurry up and get over here. Are these equal more than $500,000?
Together.
Are they connected?
They are connected, and that's a good point. We got to bring this up and scoot over. I want to show you just a little bit. Right there. Okay, because they're connected because this case, first off, let me explain to you. It's nearly 5 years old. This is a 5 years old case. The families here paid $65 to join the Lindell Little League out of Moody Park, according to the backup that comes with these agenda items. That's the documentation to show exactly what we're doing here. So on September the 11th, 2019, these three little girls, they were ranging in ages from 6 to 9 years old. They got down on the ground to do push-ups. And what happened was they touched a metal lid and it wasn't properly secured, and they had an electrical pass-through box that was there, and it shocked all of them. One of the girls suffered third-degree burns. She was unresponsive. She spent the next month in the hospital undergoing 9 procedures, okay? She was admitted again later due to complications. The other girl, Zach, she also suffered some injuries, and this all nearly is 5 years later. 3 girls, I should say. Finally, 5 years later, they're actually getting paid for this incident. The city adds this interesting line, okay? At the very bottom of all of this, they say these figures do not include soft damages, including but not limited to past and future pain and suffering and mental anguish, as well as disfigurement.
This is heartbreaking.
This is heartbreaking, but these are some of the agenda items that they work on every single week, and it's a reminder that, the city is responsible in so many different ways.
Have you heard of anything like this before?
This is why we highlighted this,
because
it was just such a different agenda items. But I will tell you that I've expressed concerns in the past of a ball field called West Little York. Because what happens is, and I expressed those concerns that they had on the diamond with Harris County, and in this case it was Precinct 1, because back then you had a batter's box where the kids were literally digging into a hole, and there was another huge hole around third base. And I was worried as a parent that they'd be running around third base, stepping in, and they might really mess up their ankle or when they're trying to get out. So you do this to make them aware that you want to prevent injuries. In this case, it was electrical pass-through. So difficult.
Oh, man.
I mean, it was.
What year was that? Was in 2019?
2019.
Oh, man.
So, and they're just now working on it. So that's an example of why we're highlighting, to show exactly how the city is spending their dollars.
Do we anticipate the families will be there?
I don't know. I really don't know that. That's a good question. And again, there appears to be some more potential potential payouts here coming down the road by that language that they had there at the very end.
Okay, well,
All right,
we're going to
pivot?
move on from this. Yes,
Yeah,
we're
okay.
good. I want to ask you, I feel like every Pop-Off Politics segment, every Tuesday, Houston airport system somehow pops up. Is it going to pop up today?
It does.
It does.
It does. It does. Okay, because they're just every single time there is an agenda item that has to do with this. Okay, here is the one that we're going to be highlighting this week. It's agenda item number 21. Ordinance appropriating $8.9 million out of the Airports Improvement Fund and approving and authorizing professional engineering services contract between the City of Houston and a corporation called HNTB Corporation for rehabilitation of runway 13R 31L at William P. Hobby Airport.
Okay, so I have to ask you, does this have any connection to you-know-who?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the former airport director, Mario Diaz.
No relation.
There you go. It does have a connection because this process started nearly a year ago when he was still in charge. And as you indicated, no relation.
No relation to you.
me. Okay, this is to make that clear. Now, this ordinance for $8.9 million is to improve the runway. It all started last spring when they asked the public in the Houston Chronicle for a request for qualifications. That is known as an RFQ. What does that mean? Hey, we got a project. Who wants in on this?
Right.
So they submit their qualifications to see if they can land the big contract.
Yeah.
In this case, $8.9 million. Scope of the work, according to this item, includes the design of the taxiway, connectors, pavement markings, and shoulder upgrades, electrical signage, lighting system upgrades, and drainage improvements. All right, here's the good news. They fix it. It's going to be good for another 30 years.
Well, that is good news because I'll tell you what, week after week after week after week after week, we talk about the Houston airport systems. We're always talking about figures upwards of millions of dollars.
Oh,
Are these related? Like,
Where's it coming from?
Where's it coming from? Where's this money? Like,
all right, so here it is. Okay, I'm going to explain to you. This will come from the Airports Improvement Fund. Okay, it's not the Enterprise Fund. Enterprise Fund is what you pay when you fly out. This is the Airports Improvement Fund, which will be reimbursed by the Federal Aviation Administration, also known as the FAA. Which, Zach, means that even if you don't live in Houston,
you're still paying for it?
We're still paying for it. Your dad in Florida is paying for it. My mom in Vegas.
Yeah.
Because it's federal dollars, okay? So we're all paying for this in one form or another. But again, it's the airport, and it's about upgrading the wear and tear on runway 13R31.
Man, these airports better be like top notch because we're talking about them every single week and millions and millions.
Well, I look at it as you have to remember something, Zach. Whenever you have an investment like this, it's kind of like a boat, right?
Well, that's true.
There's a lot of
that's perspective, but still.
There's a lot of maintenance that goes in, but there's a lot of people paying into it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I just traveled in Europe. Thank you, sweetie. I just traveled in Europe, and I always, whenever I go to the airports in Europe, I always look around, man, look at these guys.
Oh, they're
Ooh,
so much nicer.
I mean, I was in Hong Kong. Oh my goodness gracious! One time, I was like looking at this airport, and going, boy, this is a
yeah. But
nice
you flew
airport.
into Amsterdam this past
No,
were you in
London.
London. Oh, Heathrow's new. I don't know.
I know, but still, I mean, they had nice everything inside. It was
Nicer,
beautiful.
right? Than
nicer.
what we're used.
I'm going to quote Dave Martin. I mean, Dave Martin, who's a former mayor pro tem, he said, IAH, it's a dump.
Yeah.
That's him.
I mean, there's some nice parts to it, but man, oh man, it has a long way to come.
Yeah, it does.
Long way to go.
All
Okay,
right.
as always, Mario Diaz. The segment's called Pop Off Politics. We do it every Tuesday around this time. If people want to get in touch with you, sir, this is your time to shine right here.
mdiaz@kprc.com. There we go.
Home run grand slam.